What's going on, Jeromes? Hopefully you're having an amazing, blessed Saturday ahead of the Vikings taking on the Arizona Cardinals at noon, historic U.S. Bank Stadium, the mercifully final preseason game of 2023. But we got some random Vikings news and tidbits in the Saturday morning dump. Also, it's funny that it's a dump in the morning because I guarantee you a good portion of you are on the loo, as the British say, the toilet right now. So first up, Ross Tucker over at the 33rd team, great media personality, former NFL offensive lineman. He went to like an Ivy League school. I don't remember which one. Really doesn't matter. NFL's top 10 most underrated players for the 2023 season, and checking in is JEROME Cousins. Kirk Cousins. I know Kirk Cousins is not Patrick Mahomes, but guess what? Who is? In a society where some think you are either elite or you stink, Cousins has been incredibly consistent. During the past 8 years since he became the starter in Washington, Cousins hasn't missed a single game with an injury. Knock on all the wood, and has provided top 15 quarterback play. Top 10-ish. Do you know how many franchises would sign up for that right now? Get top 10 to top 15 quarterback play every week for the next 8 years? He makes a good point. Also, the whole thing about Kirk's contract, Kirk's salary right now is 14th in the league, and it's actually a pretty good deal since he played like a top 7, 8, 9-ish quarterback in the league last year. Plus, people are very quick to forget the lean years in terms of T-Jack, Christian Ponder, Gus Frerotte, Brooks Bollinger, Donovan McNabb, the remnants. It was just a really rough time. Really rough time. And frankly, Kirk Cousins has given the Vikings stability they haven't really known since Dante, and before him, Tommy Kramer, and before him, Fran freaking Tarkenton. All right, so I understand that Kirk, he's easy to hate on, whether you're a casual fan or a Vikings fan. But, Kirk has brought stability to the position. Next up. So NFL.com's Chad Ryder, a great college football writer, he did a projection for all the first-round offensive rookies, and looky, here comes Sookie. Jordan Addison, best case scenario, Addison becomes an excellent complement to Justin Jefferson. He produces strong numbers, winning with suddenness in his routes and agility after the catch, taking pressure off Jefferson as defenses must play both outside receivers straight up, which I think is going to happen, where it's not going to be a straight-up situation. Jefferson is still going to get doubled and bracketed and safety help over the top and tripled, and Addison is so squeaky clean with his routes, and he's just so adept at being slippery and getting open. He's going to have so many damn opportunities to make hay. A worst-case scenario, Addison's slight frame caused him issues at the line of scrimmage and at the catch point against savvy, strong NFL defenders. The Kirk Cousins-led offense takes a step back in 2023. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Addison is good enough at the line of scrimmage where corners, if they want to press them, they're playing with fire. Like, they're living with the press, dying by the press, because, you may jam Addison, you may long arm at the line of scrimmage, but if he gets an inch, he's going a mile on you. And it's the same concern that Justin Jefferson had coming out, and of course, he's certainly bucked that. Now, stat projections, 70 for 950 and 7 touchdowns. Certainly will take that. Thielen in 2022 had 70 for 716, which is slightly lower yards per catch, as well as 6 touchdowns. Speaking of JEROME Thielen, it was weird. So Bryce Young had some nice throws, including a touchdown to Adam Thielen in the Panthers' final preseason game against the Lions down in Charlotte on Friday evening, and it's still weird. But we'll see JEROME Thielen up close and personal as the Vikings travel to Carolina in Week 4. This came from Fox. So NFL.com did up a list of the top 9 offenses in the league. 1, Niners. Okay. All right. So one offense in the league has Patrick Mahomes, and until further notice, they're 1. I don't care how many yards the Niners are going to run for, whatever. But yeah, the fact that the Chiefs aren't 1 sort of invalidates this list. But Niners, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Jaguars. Ooh, Trevor Lawrence taking that big-time leap in year 3. Calvin Ridley getting loose. Bet. Bengals at 6. I would actually put the Bengals up a little bit higher, but Joey B's dinged up, whatever. Jets at 7. That remains to be seen. Cowboys at 8. Sure. Chargers at 9. I think are a little bit low. But who is missing? Who's missing? Also, this is probably the Shine 9, but it's funny. Like, who does a top 9? All right, because guess who's probably number 10, just to leave the Vikings off the list. But, okay. But, again, the Vikings, you replace Thielen with Addison. You add Josh Oliver, the best blocking tight end in the game. And Dalvin was cooked. And so you elevate Madison. The offensive line hopefully will get better just through sheer continuity and health. And you got Cousins and JJ another year older, another year wiser, another year together. And in the second year of the Kevin O'Connell offense, everything got better. And the Vikings were 7th in yards, 8th in points last year, and they're only improving. But, okay, just... if they hate, let them hate and watch the money pile up. That's right, man. Vikings made another transaction on the eve of the final preseason game. So they signed Jamison Houston, cornerback who had some time with the Seattle Seahawks, and they waived Chen Okorafor. Now, is Houston going to make the roster of the practice squad? Probably not, but yeah. But more importantly, so the guy that they waived to make room for Okorafor was Chen, the pride of Pace University, and he unfortunately got waived by the Houston Texans ahead of their final preseason game, and pouring one out for our guy. Now, I know people are complaining, it's like, you only like Chen because he's Asian. Yes. That's all I got. Oh, man. All right, so everyone remembers the shank at the bank. 2015, the Viking season. Hopes down the drain. Had that home game at TCF. And Blair Walsh, I kind of feel bad for Blair Walsh because obviously he should have made the 27-yarder, but also he's the only Viking who put up points that day, including a couple of 40-plus yard kicks in that weather, so respect. And you know what really lost it? Zimmer and Norv not having the cojones, the huevos, to go for the end zone on a couple of drives where they got super conservative and they didn't let Teddy cook, and the first touchdown was going to win that game in the frigid temperatures, but yeah, I mean, it's just an infamous moment in Vikings history. Plus, it really sucks because I think the Vikings could have really contended with the Cardinals and the Panthers that season, but ended up being what it be. Also, Gary Kubiak won a Super Bowl that year with the corpse of Peyton Manning. Great. But some inside on that. So Vikings fan page tweeted this out. Former Vikings offensive lineman Jeremiah Sorrells, the pride of Nebraska, spoke on O-line committee about the locker room after Blair Walsh missed a 27-yard field goal against Seattle in the wildcard round back in 2016. Mike Zimmer, it's not on Blair, it's on everyone. Everson Griffin, the F it isn't. So Everson always wore his emotions on his sleeve. It's one of the reasons fans loved him. And I know that Zimmer's taking the diplomatic route there. You know, it's not on Blair, it's on everyone. Where it is rough on kickers, where if it comes down to one play and they screw up, I mean, everyone remembers it because it's their play at the end. But, you know, the whole butterfly effect. Like, if the offensive lineman didn't false start on a drive in the second quarter, does that drive end in a touchdown versus a punt? And then it doesn't come down to a kick? It's all of that, right? And it all adds up at the end of the day. But, I mean, it's always on the kicker, man. And, again, yeah, should Blair Walsh have made this kick? Yes. But did the Vikings make a number of mistakes, including, you know, an Adrian Peterson fumble in a really bad situation, lead to the result? Yes, but I love Everson Griffin, man. Everson just said what Zimmer was thinking. All right, that whole thing. Speaking of which, Mike Zimmer's best friend, Kirk Cousins. So the Kirko Chainz is back. So NFL, I mean, props to the NFL. They really leaned into the NFL scripted thing, and they had a commercial about a script read. And, you know, Kirko Chainz shows up, and he has a great line where some of the fact of Big Kirko wakes up dripping like this, where it's great. Again, hey, if the Vikings improve on 13-4, I will wake up dripping as well. No big deal. But, again, everyone loves the Kirko Chainz. It's great, man. It's great. Also great is, so Vikings, Cardinals joint practices. There's a lot of intermingling because Byron Murphy, former Cardinals, was Chris Boyd, current Cardinals cornerback special teamer, former Vikings cornerback and special teamer. He joined. It's so fun, man. So, you know, the Vikings cam, when they do these riddles, it's really fun. It's really creative. I love when they do it. And it's so hilarious. Like, Chris Boyd, like, he knows the drill. He knows the routine. And Chris Boyd, I mean, over the last couple of years, gave some really great, insightful answers and some great comedy as well. But, yeah, he joined up. I mean, just look at this crew. It's fantastic. So it's good to see Chris Boyd. He also had a really good reception with a lot of his former teammates here. So there's nothing but love for 2-9, and hopefully he does good, except for against the Vikings and whatnot. So there you go. But that's it. That's it. That's the Saturday morning Vikings news dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Well, support the work. As I yawn, put a little something in the Venmo. We'll buy some more coffee. But until next time, Skol, production value.